What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode with my pal Alex and Feisty Pants.
It is me, the man, the myth, the legend, and this is Q&A 122. Booyah! Alright, now, before we go any further, The Walking Dead is tonight. I'm going to be preoccupied watching it. I don't care about the rest of y'all if you're watching it or not, but I have to get my predictions out there. That, now, in case you haven't watched, last season, the gang met up with Negan, and he played Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Moe with Lucille to see who got their head bashed in. It happened. Read the comics, you'll see that Glenn got his head bashed in the comics. Right there. No more Glenn. What? In the spot. Now, do they stick to the comics? They've been kind of going their own way, like, you know, a couple of people are still alive, and other people they killed off where they, you know, like Daryl. Daryl's not even a character. But I think if Daryl dies, I think the world would riot. So I don't think it's going to be Daryl. I think it's going to be Glenn. And not only Glenn, it's going to be one more person. I think they're going to kill off 2 people. Because why do this? Why have the best TV show on TV right now, right? Why be so predictable with your season premiere? It's like, oh my god, they're gonna kill somebody. No, they're gonna kill 2 people. That's what I'm calling. Lucille is the name of his bat, in case you guys don't know. On to the questions. Connor Owens, about the Nat Geo special, he wants to know why won't Andy Van Slyke be in the Hall of Fame? That was a legitimate question. What happens is, when you're on the ballot to get into the Hall of Fame, you need a percentage of votes to get into the Hall of Fame. You also need a percentage of votes to stay on the ballot year after year after year. Andy Van Slyke just did not reach that percentage of percentage of votes to stay on the ballot. So therefore he fell off and will not get into the Hall of Fame. And there you have it. Daniel Parker wants to know, what is my favorite video game and my favorite TV shows, and what does my wife look at? I don't have a wife. I am a single dad to Feisty Pants! Single dad. No, not even a girlfriend, so there you go. Favorite video game? That is a secret question for my biggest fans. My biggest fans? I don't think I need most in there. But I'm not going to give away the secret answer when it's so evident that it starts with an E. But I do watch a ton of shows on TV. What do we watch on TV, my boy? We watch Ninja Turtles. Yeah. Pokemon. Yeah. Right? Transformers Robots in Disguise just started back up this weekend. I will link the action figure review of the new bad guy, Paralon. Transformers, Star Wars Rebels. And then Daddy watches a whole bunch of other shows, like The Walking Dead, The Talking Dead, Chris Hardwick is my hero, The Librarians, Raw, of course, SmackDown, Gotham, New Girl, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Flash, Odd Couple, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, 2 broke girls who are trying to make their way in the world. But they're hysterical. Lethal Weapon, greatest new show on TV, Supernatural, Pitch, Frequency, Notorious, with Piper Perabo. I sort of didn't go to high school with Piper Perabo. I graduated the year, let's see, how does that work out? She was a freshman the year after I graduated. So the year I went into college, she was a freshman in high school. I was a freshman in college. But I had friends that went to school with her, and they're like, oh yeah, Piper. And I'm like, oh my god. And I remember going to see plays that my friends were in, and I'm like, oh, wow, that girl's really cute. And here she is on national television. She's in another hit series called Notorious. It's awesome. I like it. It's a different tune than her last TV show, which was more about the CIA and the FBI and the international affairs, and it was called Covert Affairs. Covert. Can't talk. Anyway, Notorious. The 300 is about a group of kids who are living in outer space, and they're all in jail, and they get banished back to the Earth. The Earth had become unlivable, and it's taken so many turns since first crashing back to the planet. It's crazy. It's a great show, and I'm still hooked years later. Dr. Ken, Girl Meets World, and did I forget something? Maybe not. Those are, Daniel, those are all the TV shows that I know that I watch. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Did I say The Flash? The Flash is like the greatest show going. Lethal Weapon, the greatest new show going. At Pamito Chavez, have you seen Zootopia? We actually just watched it again this weekend, me and the boy. Right, my boy?
Yeah.
How did you like it?
Awesome.
It was awesome. What do you call a camel with 3 humps?
Pregnant.
I didn't even know. I laughed so hard when he said that. At Fan Pegasus says, why not upgrade to an Xbox One? The prices are dropping. And I said, when the price drops to free, that's when I'll get one. Because we don't really play a lot of video games. I can get, you know, MLB 2K17, whatever, for the 360. Feisty Pants plays Minecraft on the 360. I'm not going to go spend a fortune on an Xbox One just so he can continue to play a $20 game when our $20 game system works just fine. Not going to happen. Besides, who saw the NES is making a new plug-and-play? Nintendo is making a new plug-and-play. It's actually an old plug-and-play. It's the 8-bit system. It comes pre-programmed with a bunch of games. It comes out November 11th. I'm totally going to buy one. I can't wait. At Here's Johnny says, do you still have that baseball card collection? And Audrey Sargente, do you still have that baseball card collection? Yes, Audrey. Yes, Stefano. I still have the baseball card collection. Yes, I do. Caleb Zexer says, yours and Feisty Pants' favorite cartoons growing up. Well, he's still growing up, and right, my boy, you're not a grown-up yet.
No.
We're watching Transformers, as I said before, Pokemon, Star Wars Rebels, and Ninja Turtles, and I had a whole lot. Pretty much anything that was on Saturday morning cartoons in the 80s, and it was on after school during the 80s, I watched it, and it was great. And that's how I got into Thundercats. Somebody asked that later on in the series. Oh, that was one of David Griffin's questions. Yeah, Thundercats was one of those shows that were on after school that if you didn't watch it, you just weren't cool enough to go back to school the next day. So you had to watch it. And it was great. Teresa, my Yankee buddy, wanted to know if I've ever been to a book signing. No, I haven't, actually. Doesn't mean I won't go to one, but, you know, I just haven't been to one. Dallin Edmonston wants to know what's my favorite Pokemon and do I play it on the DS? We do not have a DS. That's one more system we wouldn't touch. And my favorite Pokemon? Who's my favorite Pokemon, my boy?
Pikachu.
It is Pikachu. I have a pretty badass Pikachu in Pokemon Go.
621,
Is that what it is? 621? I keep
620.
620?
Yeah.
Oh, I keep powering it up. I forget what it's at. We'll have to do a video on Pikachu later on after Q&A. That'll be great.
Yeah.
56 Classic Rock. Yes.
Maybe we can do that Pikachu part of the video.
Yeah.
When we do our hatching eggs video.
Maybe. We're going to try to hatch some eggs later tonight. It's going to be awesome. 56 Classic Rock Ambassador wants to know what's the weirdest question I've been asked. Somebody once asked me what would be my favorite fantasy in bed. And I'm like, no, this is a kid's show, damn it. Infinity XLS says, my favorite Money in the Bank cash-in? I don't know. How about Seth Rollins? It was a little predictable, but it was expected, and it was good when he cashed in against Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Owen Burns wants to know, have you seen What Culture, and who is your favorite if you have? I have not. I have never heard of them up until like a week ago. Everybody's like, oh, What Culture this and What Culture that. I'm like, what culture? I'm half Italian. That's my culture. I don't know anything. I don't. Martin Diablo says, do you like watermelon? Who doesn't like watermelon? My question is to you, Martin. Do you get it seedless, or do you buy the original kind where you have to pick out your own seeds before you eat them? Because otherwise, watermelons grow inside you. I'm kidding. David Griffin wants to know my thoughts on Mickie James coming back to NXT. I love it. I think it's a good idea. My thoughts on the TV show The Flash. I happened to say a little while ago that it was the greatest show on TV. It's really taken out Gotham. Those were like my two favorite shows that have been around a couple of years. But this year it's killing Gotham. Flash is like, it's like holy crap. Like I really can't wait to see the next week's episode. My thoughts if Chase Utley went to the Yankees and would I support the Yankees? No, it would never happen. Chase Utley sucks. He just sucks. Nobody that takes out a second baseman and breaks their leg should have a contract the following year. It's just ignorant. I'm sad about the Dodgers that signed him. I'm sad that he still plays baseball. I'm hoping he doesn't get a contract anymore. The Yankees won't sign him. If the Yankees sign him, they're just as stupid as the Dodgers are. But they wouldn't. They have plenty of infield talent to rely on. They're trying to go younger, and they're trying to get away from old, worthless people like Chase Utley. My favorite Treehouse of Horror, I don't know. There's been a couple of good ones, a lot of bad ones, a lot of cheesy ones. I don't know. Who would win in a tag match? Frankenstein and the Wolfman, or Freddy versus Jason? I think Freddy and Jason would win that because the Wolfman has nards. Who has seen The Monster Squad? If you guys haven't seen it, that is the perfect Halloween movie for y'all. The Monster Squad. Look it up, Google it, YouTube it. What else do you do with it? Netflix, on demand, find it. Redbox. Or you could just go out and buy it. Dun, 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 dun. Which wrestlers and knockouts from TNA do you want to see in the WWE? If I knew any of their names, I might be able to answer your question, but I don't watch TNA. Nope. My thoughts on the Earthquakes theme music. Did it give you chills? No. I thought it was a waste of a gimmick. He's a giant, large man, and they used his weight. Oh, it's an earthquake. Oh my God. Solid steel. Tremors. It was dumb. I thought he was the stupidest idea of a villain. And a waste of his talents. I really... Although, what do they call them? The powers of force or something? I mean, they were pretty unbeatable because they were the two largest men in the business. And they were over. I mean, I guess. Owen Hart versus Brian Pillman. Best of 7 series. Who would win? Owen Hart in 4. Favorite fights of Peter versus every one of them. Peter versus the Chicken is hilarious. Hilarious. There's not a good one. There's not. There's not one that's better than the others, although they're all really funny. Which decade of Metallica do I prefer? 80s, 90s, the 2000s, or the current 2010s? I like when I discovered Metallica in the late 80s, early 90s. That was the highlight for me. I like their old music, I like their new music, I like their current music. It's not really, I don't think any one is better than the other because they're all different types of genre for a different reason. That's how a musician lasts 40 years or more. They change with the times and they're able to adapt and they're able to still carry their message in the current sound. Elvis was trying to do that before he died. My thoughts on the clown pranks. They're stupid. You see a clown coming at you, run up and kick him in the balls and then curse him out. Shame him. Shame. Can we shame him? Shame. Because it's stupid. Who should be afraid of clowns? I mean, unless you've seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space, maybe. How did you get into Thundercats? Oh yeah, it was on after school. You had to watch it or you weren't cool. And do you see it returning or rebooted? It was actually just out last year. I thought it was really great. They really like amped up the animation. The story was well written, and it just didn't really gain popularity enough. They had a whole line of figures, but it didn't gain enough popularity to get renewed for a second season. But you can find it. I want to say it's either 2015 or early 2016. It was probably 2015. Wow, I'm not sure now. All right, Q&A every Sunday. Leave your questions in the comments. Stand by for the most important part of the show. And that's all I got. I need to go watch something. What are we going to do? We're going to play Pokemon Go. What else? Bye. Wait, I didn't link them the channel for Pokemon Go. Oh no, I did earlier. Bye.